Drifting through the void out here.
Hey guys, it is a fat worthless piece of shit on the 1156. What's going on in today's video? Finally gonna be showing you how to get one of the big booty bitches on Ivara. Now, you can always buy her for 325 plat if you don't want to farm her, but honestly, her farm isn't that bad. It'll take you a little bit of time, but it's not that crazy. Now, her blueprint isn't acquired in the shop or from any quest. It is also a farmable thing from all these missions. Now, I would recommend bringing a stealth frame. Obviously, you do not have to, but it'll just make your life a little bit easier if you do. If you have like a Loki, which I have covered, or any other frame that can kind of go invisible, or just running around with your operator works too. Not the entire mission, just like where you get to these stealth areas. So these are the drop tables for the Ivara pieces. Obviously, you can do the railjack portions if you want to, and you get a slightly better percentage chance of drops if you do. I would just stick to doing the regular normal missions because although the percentage is slightly lower, it is way faster. You could probably do 2 to 3 spies by the time you've done one Proxima mission. Another thing to keep in mind is this is like I said, the blueprint, neuroptics, chassis, and systems are farmable. The blueprint isn't buyable. You all have to farm this shit. Another thing to keep in mind is it's based on the level of the mission. You can pretty much go to any spy in the game. The only one I wouldn't recommend is doing Lua, because Lua is the hardest. In order to get these pieces though, you have to do the ABC, which when you go to a spy mission, there's the ABC drop table. Obviously there's no AABC, it's just ABC because of the stuff and things. To get the systems, you will need to do missions that the enemies are levels 1 to 15. To get the chassis, you will need to do spy missions that are level 16 and 25. To get the neuroptics or blueprint, you will need to do levels 26 plus. Depending on the level of the enemies will depend on what piece you get. So if I go to this one, as you can see, it's a spy. The corpus are between level 30 and 32. In order to get the blueprint and or neuroptics, they need to be level 26 plus. So we will go here. Obviously, all the Warframe levels are procedurally generated, so your levels won't look the exact same as mine, but the spy rooms could. There is potential for that. Another thing to keep in mind and mention is you need to hack all 3 of these, otherwise you will lose your chance of getting your Ivara piece. So they don't have to be clean extractions, you just have to make sure they all get extractions and you don't fail them, so before the time limit runs out. Then you just make your way to B and C, hack those ones, get her done. And another thing I do want to mention is sometimes you'll have randoms. Now, I would say this is easier to do solo unless you can beat the randoms to each console, which usually I can. I just happen to get lucky that there's no randoms in this game. Another good way to do these without taking damage is switching your operator form and going invisible if you do have it. If not, then like I said, like a stealth frame. As the levels go up on the spies, though, the spies do get noticeably harder, more enemies, easier detection, more cameras, stuff like that. If you set off too many alarms like I did, you will have to do a quick exterminate, which is fine. It doesn't matter, but to save yourself the inconvenience in the mission not taking longer, stealth frame. Another thing you can do with a stealth frame is swiggity swooty, stick your dick up your homie's booty. A couple of those and you'll get your Ivara piece, and after you get Ivara, you make your way to the foundry and you build that big booty fucking bitch, that big booty warrior, that big booty Artemis. You know, it's been that far with this piece of shit. You own the 11 music, set them out. Peace.